What's going on, everybody? This is Brandon Hill, and today I'm going to show you how to create a snare roll in Maschine for house buildups and drops. It's going to sound something like this. Feel the magic when our bodies touching. Ain't nobody like my love for you. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is a little song that I made, and let's take out this buildup that I made and we'll do it from scratch. So this is the breakdown and where the buildup will happen. Okay, so imagine we have this here, and I know I want to make the snare roll right here before this drop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a clip here, drag it out for 8 bars, and then this sound here, I'm going to load up a snare sound. So you could go to your browser, or actually it'll be easier up here. So I'll go to one shots and then drums. I'll go to snare, and then I'm going to search a 909 snare for this. Let's see. Let's do that one. Okay, so now we have the snare here. Next, we are going to create the snare roll by using 1/16 notes. And if I press E on my keyboard, my cursor turns into a pencil, and I can draw in notes like this. And let's just show you what that would sound like. Okay, so that's good. But what I like to do is, you see when you draw it in, these velocities right here, they're all at 100, meaning that every time the snare hits, it's at 100 velocity. And I don't like to do that because I don't think it sounds realistic. There's no movement to it. If someone is hitting a snare drum, they're not going to hit with the same velocity every time. So I'll draw in 4 notes right here. And what I like to do is I like to adjust some of these a little bit just to get some variation. So we could do something like this. And let me solo this group so you could hear what that sounds like. Okay, so it went da-da-da-da instead of something consistent. So now what you'll do is you'll highlight that and hit Command D, and it's going to duplicate the notes with the velocities. So keep doing that until you fill up the whole clip. Okay, now we have this going. And let's play it in context with the rest of the beat. Have to worry about nothing. You see it's a little quiet right now. I'm going to pick this up in the mixer. Feel the magic when our bodies touching. Okay, so we have that. But I'm sure you noticed that in all house songs, there's effects on these snare rolls where the volume might be going from low to high, or a filter might be going from closed to open, or other effects too that we'll add. So let's start to perform some automation on this snare roll. And the first one I think I want to do is to add an automation for a filter. So on this sound, I'm going to add a filter right there. And I'm going to choose a low pass filter. And let's see. You don't have to. So you hear it now. I'll solo it out. You have that filter going on. Let's keep it there. So we have this quiet sound. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit record. And as this approaches the snare roll, I'm going to hit this auto button and twist this frequency up. And what that's going to do is going to draw in automation. So over the 8 bars, this filter is going to open up. So let's try this. Oh. You don't have to worry about nothing. Feel the magic when our bodies touching. Ain't nobody like. Okay, let's listen to that. Oh. You don't have to worry about nothing. Feel the magic when our bodies touching. So we did a filter here. You could also do the volume. So you could bring the volume from low to high. I think I'm going to try to add a reverb on this, and let's see what it sounds. So the reverb over time will start to wash out the sound and just create a lot of noise. So let's add a reverb, and let's solo this so we can see what that sounds like. So right now, I don't like the way it sounds. There's a lot of reverb, and that's because the mix is set to 50%. So watch as I lower this. You don't have to worry about nothing. So now we just have it playing with 0% mix on the reverb. So same thing here. I'm going to have record, and when I press play and it approaches the snare roll, I'm going to hit auto. I'm going to turn the mix up, and you'll notice that the reverb starts to come in and wash out towards the end. So let's try it. You don't have to worry about nothing. Feel the magic when our body's touching. Ain't nobody like my love for you. Feel the magic when our body's touching. Okay. So if we want to keep going, this might be overkill, but we could also modulate the pitch. So if I go to sampler here and we see pitch, so the tune 0, that means no pitch change is happening. So I might try to increase the pitch so it's a higher pitch, and during this buildup, you're creating a lot of energy and tension for the release and the drop. So let's see what this sounds like. Again, this might be overkill, but I want to demonstrate what you could do to these snare rolls during a buildup. So again, record. I'm gonna hit auto. I'm gonna wait a little bit until the end. Ready? Feel the magic when our body's touching. Ain't nobody like my love for you. Okay, let's listen to that. Feel the magic when our body's touching. Nobody like my... Okay, that sounds good for the snare roll, but what we want to do now is to drag back this snare roll a little bit, and I might drag it back from up here. I could delete this here. So what I want to do is I want to drag this back enough to create space for this pre-drop where everything cuts out, there's this little space, and then the drop comes in, all the energy, the tension's released. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just trimming this to see if we could, where I want this to cut out at. Body's touching. Okay, so that, I'll probably cut it out in line with this clip here. So let's see, let's line it up. Okay, do that. Let's see what this sounds like. Feel the magic when our body's touching. Okay, a little too much. And this is going to take some trial and error just to see what sounds good to you. You'll know it when you hear it. Magic when our body's touching. Ain't nobody's touching when our... Feel the magic when our body's touching. Ain't nobody like my love for you. Feel the magic when our body's touching. When her body's touching. Ain't nobody. Okay, I like the way that sounds. So everything cuts out, the snare roll finishes, and then it goes into the drop. So now let's listen from right here, and we'll play everything. And at this point, the snare roll has been created. One thing you could also do, I'll show you after I play this. You don't have to worry about nothing. Feel the magic when our body's touching. Ain't nobody like my love for you. Okay, so this would be good, and you could be happy with this, but you could also add like a riser sound to go along with this snare roll. So in here in this song, I have this group with all these risers and downlifters that I got off of Splice. So this one might be good, just to complement the snare roll. So I will create a clip right here, and then I am going to add this riser. I'm going to go to plugin, it's in sampler mode right now. Go to audio, hit load, and now you can see that this riser has been activated here. I'm going to trim it a little bit, and let's line it up to cut out with the snare roll here. Let's see what this sounds like here. Okay, that's a little loud on that. Just want it to complement. I don't want it to overpower. Feel the magic when her body's touching. Okay, let's try this. You don't have to worry about nothing. Feel the magic when her body's touching. Ain't nobody like my love for you. I will prove that Okay, and that's how you add a snare roll in Maschine for your house songs. You could create a clip, draw out a snare roll for 8 bars, 16 bars, however you like, and then you could add effects to it, like opening up a filter, or automating a filter, automating a reverb, automating volume or pitch, and also add this riser to it. Thanks for watching, and if you like, please like the video and comment and subscribe for more tutorials on Maschine like this. So I'll see you on the next one, and I'll leave you with the end of this beat. You don't have to worry about nothing. Feel the magic when her body's touching. Ain't nobody